Hello everyone, Moonstorrent here, and today I want to talk about how I would make sorcery better and more viable and just much more fun to play in general. So basically what I think we need to do is completely overhaul the casting system, just change it entirely. Currently you're cycling through spells by hitting up on the D-pad, and it's just really ineffective. It's cumbersome, it's slow. So what I would do is, let's say just for the sake of this example, you're using a catalyst in your left hand and you're on the PS4. I would assign each attunement slot a button input, so L1, L2, R1, R2, up, down, left, right on the D-pad, triangle, circle, X, square, and if you really need some more attunement slots, I guess L3 and R3. Maybe left and the right side of the bumper button. And let's say you had 3 attunement slots, you could pick any of those that you wanted. So if you like R1, R2, and triangle, you can put your 3 attunement slots there. If you like square, X, and L2, you can put your slots there. And you would hold down L1, since the catalyst, like I said, is in the left hand, and your character would bring up the staff. It would start glowing like it's going to cast a spell, and then you hit whichever button you want to press to use your spell. And I think that's going to make things a lot quicker. You could use whichever spell you want at any given time, and if you're not using that many spells, it's not even going to be that hard to memorize. So you can just hit the L1 button, and depending on how far away your opponent is, you can choose to use a Soul Spear or a Soul Greatsword. So it's just going to give you a lot more options, and like I said, it's going to be much faster because you're not cycling through all your spells to try to find the one you want. Another thing I think we need to do is bring back some of the great spells from Dark Souls 2. My favorite, the one that I liked the most in Dark Souls 2, is Soul Vortex. It was basically a cloud of magic power, and it didn't necessarily do a ton of damage unless you directly hit your opponent with it, which was kind of hard to do. It did a little bit of damage if they got hit by some of the cloud particles, but the main use of it was to hide your body so you could cast another spell to shoot through that cloud and blast your opponent in the face. So definitely I think we need to bring that one back. Homing Soul Arrow, which I guess is kind of already in the game as Deep Soul, but I would like to see a pure intelligence version. And definitely Soul Flash, which was a DLC spell from the 3rd DLC in Dark Souls 2, Crown of the Ivory King. If you guys aren't familiar with these spells or how the casting was in Dark Souls 2, I'll leave some links in the description to some Dark Souls 2 videos I made, which you might find interesting if you haven't seen them already. Say you started watching videos of mine in Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne perhaps, or if you just want a blast from the past, because I went back and watched some of them and they were pretty hilarious, and it was kind of awesome to see how amazing sorcery was back then. And the last thing I would like to do is add a better sorcery-centric ring. It would basically be like the Ring of Favor and Protection, but for sorcerers. And it would have 3 effects. I'm sort of thinking the 3 effects would be increasing casting speed, reducing casting stamina drain, and probably another attunement slot. So I'm not sure exactly on that last one, probably another attunement slot. You could also pick a slight damage increase or maybe a larger FP bar. Now these aren't going to be super huge boosts like, you know, the Ring of Favor and Protection isn't a colossal boost in each of those 3 stats. It's only a little bit. And I think just having that little boost is going to help sorcerers. So let me know which 3 effects you guys would like to see on a sorcery-based ring, something that's probably going to replace the Sage's Ring. Like I said, I'm leaning towards increased casting speed, reducing stamina consumption, and the extra attunement slot. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think I have some good ideas. I really like the new casting mechanism I came up with. I would love to see that implemented, but probably never going to happen, so there's that. This is Moose Torrent. I'll be back with another video for you guys shortly.